When you're using model data in Vico Office, you're following a two-step process. The first step of that process is you publish the model as soon as it's ready. So a design version has been completed, you publish that into the Vico Office database. The second step is to activate that model. You make the decision when you want to start using that newer version of the information that you may already been using. It is the activation process that I will explain in this video, and the activation also contains a step in which you select the properties that you want to use to group similar elements. Those similar elements will be grouped in takeoff items, and the takeoff items can later be used in your cost plan in a formula.
In this video, we're going to use the Manage Models workflow item to review the set of models that we have published from the BIM applications that we've used for the project. We'll then activate the models that we want to include in our data set, and to do that we will select properties that will be used to generate the set of takeoff items that contain the takeoff quantities, which will be calculated based on the model geometry. With your project open, select the Manage Models workflow item. And in the Model Manager and 3D view set, we can now see the collection of models that have been published into this project. Let's click the Activate Model button. That opens a dialog in which you can select which of the published properties you want to use to generate collections of like elements or takeoff items. I will only use the family type. The Apply Settings to New and Unassigned Model Elements only makes sure that existing models are not reprocessed, and I recommend keeping that checked. After selecting the right options, you click Activate, and at that point the model geometry is loaded and the quantities are calculated using the Vico Office quantity calculation algorithms. At the end of the process, the model becomes visible in the 3D view, and you may have to use the zoom extents to go to the right viewpoint, and you can see which elements are now contributing to the calculated quantities. Let's do that again with the superstructure model. The Import Floor Levels as Locations property is optional and brings in the model floors if required. And again, after completion of the activation, the model becomes visible, quantities are added to the project. What you see is what is calculated. In this video I use the Manage Models view set to review the collection of models that we published into this project. And then I use the Activate Model function from the ribbon to show the model geometry in the 3D view and to calculate the quantities of that geometry. To collect similar elements into groups, we select properties that we want to use for that purpose. Selecting a property means that a takeoff item is created under the same name, and we will review the collection of takeoff items in the next video.